Just before Christmas 2023, in San Antonio, Texas, 18-year-old Savannah Soto and her boyfriend, 22-year-old Matthew Guerra, have gone missing. The couple are about to become parents, with Savannah due to give birth in an induced labor at the hospital, but she never shows up.
We're entitled to know something about her. We love her, we miss her, whatever's going on, let her come home so we can have a Merry Christmas with her.
But Christmas Day passes with no sign. And the next day, December 26th, someone contacts the cops with a discovery no family wants to find.
I looked in the window and started screaming. I rode up right behind her, saw her screaming. I was like, okay, I know what this is.
What we're looking at right now is a very, very perplexing.
When official police records detail a double homicide involving an unborn child, public declarations rarely align with forensic reality. Before we go deeper into what the documents actually show, make sure you're subscribed to True Crime Court. Because we don't just cover the story, we follow the evidence.
Crime scene.
He was a narcissist. He knew how to manipulate her into believing things were going to be great.
She just started bleeding.
Here on The Decoder, with exclusive police footage, this is the story of the chilling disappearances of Savannah Soto and Matthew Guerra. November 23rd, the local police department receive a call about a missing person. It's Savannah's family members who've turned up at the hospital to support her for her induced labor appointment. But Savannah isn't there. No one's actually heard from her since December 21st. So at just after 7:30 that evening, police arrive at her address to conduct a welfare check. They find her door broken open.
Picture a nursery fully furnished for an induced labor appointment on Christmas Eve, standing completely undisturbed while a kicked-in apartment door swings open into total silence.
Police, anybody here? Show me your hands. So we got a full hallway down here. It's out to the patio. Check the patio.
Police department.
Police. Oh, what you got there, Greg?
Police department.
Aside from the door, there's no other signs of anything?
Yeah. They're supposed to be induced when we check the hospitals.
Yeah, I think they've checked all that.
Nothing seems out of place in the apartment apart from the door. And Savannah's family have been calling around all the hospitals in the area. None of them have seen a patient by that name.
And like I told you when I worked at a hospital, if she doesn't put you on an approved list, they're not going to tell you if she's checked in or not.
It's weird that the boyfriend's not answering either, but never know.
Her dad's only possible clue is her boyfriend, Matthew Guerra, who's also nowhere to be found.
So she said he was telling me that the boyfriend's a drug dealer, but he's been assaulted in the past.
He's been in trouble with the law before, but it's a big leap from drug dealing to committing murder.
The guy's a dealer, but they're trying to, his parents have been calling, they called county, they're trying to do a missing person. Now the girl's dad is here, and she's supposed to be induced today, and they've checked all the hospitals, you know what I mean? And no show. So, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, like I said, the door's kicked open. It doesn't look like there's no, the apartment's in order. You know what I mean? It's not in shambles or nothing, so it's actually pretty straightened out, pretty squared away. So there's no signs of any struggle or anything in there. Everything's neat, except for the door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If someone left or be...
No.
Law enforcement officers conducted a welfare check expecting a routine missing persons report. What they uncovered was a pristine scene. No signs of a struggle, no missing electronics, and no physical trace of struggle inside the apartment.
No.
It looked clean.
Okay, we did a security check for people.
Yeah,
we're not going to look through anything else.
Nobody looks like they went through drawers trying to get
No, yeah, there's no, the TV's there, and everything.
It looks nice. I mean,
there's a
they
speaker.
even made a nursery for the baby. So
Yeah.
looks nice.
It's kind of... so were they arguing? Were they having an issue or nothing that y'all know of?
He's assaulted in the past.
In the past, no, but I mean, ahorita, right now, there's nothing going on. I mean...
But you would have told me,
Yeah, I know, I get you. That's what I'm saying. Well, it gives us a little feedback of what's going on. I mean, I know that people have their issues on and off, but right now, they were excited to go have the baby, I guess, right?
Savannah and Matthew are excited to bring their child into the world and start a family. But it's clear something's gone wrong. Something no one can yet guess at. On Christmas Day, Savannah's family comes to the police department to give more information that might help in the investigation. She and Matthew are still missing.
We are here in search of Savannah. So as we talked about over there, we have our officers conducting welfare checks on the apartment to make sure that, one, we try to find out where Savannah is in the event that she comes back. I need to know, because I've been in contact with a couple of people today. I've been in contact with Matthew's dad, Gabriel Guerra, and he has not received any communications from Matt or Savannah since that Wednesday, Thursday.
Her phone's been dead since Friday.
The day she was reported missing, the 23rd, was the Saturday. But they're not just here to provide a timeline. No, the revelations they have for the detective.
Initial investigative theories pointed toward domestic dispute vectors. Official records confirmed a prior September 27th arrest for assault causing bodily injury, complete with active bond conditions mandating no contact.
He was very controlling of her. He didn't allow her to have no social media, nothing like that.
I remember back when her last Christmas, as a matter of fact, right? Christmas Eve, he beat her up so bad.
Where was this at?
At the apartments off of
Balcony Heights, right?
Yeah, I-10, and the ring camera across the hall got everything. The cops were there by the time I got there. She was gone. He was gone. They locked him up.
Apparently, this incident with her boyfriend and the father of her unborn child, Matthew, wasn't the only issue between them.
He's always been abusive to her, and I tell her I was in an abusive relationship with her dad. And I tell her constantly, you don't want to go through that. So that one time when he really hurt her, we called the cops and everything, and she still went back to him. As a matter of fact, as we speak now, they're not supposed to be together.
Right. I noticed that. That was something that was going to bring y'all's attention. So I noticed there was an past arrest on September 27th for assault BI against Savannah, and I saw that there was condition of bonds, no contact, right? No communication, no harassing, something like that.
This year?
I believe that's where that might have been an update on there, but that's what the record check showed. So does that sound consistent?
Why? I haven't heard that he's hurt her after that.
Would she purposefully conceal that information from you guys?
Yes.
So it's not uncommon for her to be assaulted and then not say anything.
So Matthew and Savannah weren't even supposed to be around each other. And now they've both gone missing. The detective has also spoken to Matt's father.
Unreported physical violence. Yet, absent active eyewitnesses or immediate surveillance, law enforcement faced significant evidentiary limitations. The paperwork already knew.
Matt is their prime suspect.
I know you mentioned that there was a gun or a rifle.
A big one it was like a big one that had little holes, black with holes, like.
Okay.
Something like that.
Was it like this long?
It was like this long, and I saw a stack of money like that was still there. When we went back, their dad was there, and he was downstairs already by the time I got there. And when I walked in, the guns were gone, the money was gone, and I was like, who came in here? And then when I saw the cop there, he said, I know that they came in here, but he didn't tell me that y'all had the ones up. I assume it was his dad, because their dad is very scandalous.
And when did you see this
door?
The stack of money, the gun?
Saturday about 1 o'clock.
1 p.m.
When my son went into the window.
And where was these items located?
The big gun was on the sofa. The little one was in the closet, and the money was on a little nightstand on top of the dresser, on a little nightstand.
And you went in. Why did you go in?
Because I wanted to make sure that maybe something happened, or Savannah, something was going on in there, that because they were not answering, and it was weird because like I said, she was so excited about that day. I mean,
What was the condition of the door at that point?
It was normal.
A gun and a stash of money is now missing from the apartment, and it was taken some time after Savannah's disappearance.
I spoke to the
A critical pivot occurred when secondary statements revealed an unverified entry into the residence prior to formal processing. A missing firearm and cash stash altered the preliminary procedural narrative.
downstairs neighbors, and they too agreed, like, he was bad. They would hear my daughter yelling and screaming for help sometimes. And like I told the lady, why didn't you call the cops if you were scared to go up there, you know? She just, she was scared,
And let me ask you this. I can really, speculate as to why, but I want your take on this. Why would Savannah stay with Matthew knowing that he's violent, he's already beat her up, assaulted her? In your opinion, why would she stay?
I don't know. I'm gonna...
I just feel like he was a narcissist. He knew how to manipulate her into believing things were gonna be great.
And then when he would hit her, he would do exactly what
he robbed her for innocence of a lot of things.
So no external factors. In other words, what I'm trying to say is
mentally,
she wasn't hooked on any drugs that he was using.
Never used. The only thing that she tried was marijuana.
And she didn't even like that.
She's never done any drugs. Never.
But with Matthew as an alleged dealer, she was wrapped up in that world nonetheless.
Did Savannah ever mention anything like that? Say, hey, Mom, just,
I'm not dumb. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, but did Savannah ever say that?
She never she never actually told me that. She knew that I knew, and she just kept it like that.
Like, in other words, saying anything that might have put her in danger. Hey, he's getting to a point to where, he owes money.
Oh, no. She never told me anything like that. She wouldn't tell me that because then I would get her out of there forcefully.
Right.
Matthew's a suspect, but they also have to consider that maybe his work has gotten them both in trouble. The kind of trouble that makes you disappear.
Vanna did say that she was going to leave him after she had the baby. And I feel like because he didn't want that, he got possessive over her. And probably...
How many times has she tried to leave him before, or if any?
She hasn't.
Never.
But I think she was already at the point that she just cared about
because
the baby.
Of her baby. Her baby meant the world to her.
So, because my thing is, right, again, I go back to why isn't he answering the phone? Why isn't he calling anyone?
Savannah's family leave the police department with more questions than answers. And when they do get those answers the very next day, they'll prove more tragic and more disturbing than they could have imagined.
Yeah, I'll just keep the family back while they do their work. Are the doors open? Try them, maybe.
SAPD.
Should be an 18-year-old female, pregnant to term, and a 22-year-old male. Because we're missing people.
Detectives were forced to evaluate external threat vectors alongside domestic theories. Was this a targeted narcotics confrontation disguised as an interpersonal dispute?
A local resident has spotted Matthew's car, a gray Kia, parked outside an apartment building on Danny K Drive, seemingly abandoned. They call Savannah's family, and Savannah's family call the police.
So I don't know how they got the tip, but we've been getting tips from all over the place. And so they got a tip, they started headed this way, I headed this way.
The officers search the car as Matthew's family also arrives. They've heard there might have been a break in the case, but it's the kind of break the officers dread making. Holding up a sheet to keep it private, they found the dead bodies of Matthew and Savannah.
Hi, this is Detective Alonzo with the Leon Valley Police Department. We have possibly a murder or suicide we're following up on. We just found a missing person's vehicle with the two missing people inside. It's going to be obviously a homicide investigation, but I was told to notify the news office that have a heads up. But there's some sort of rigor already setting in. They've been not decomposed, but you could tell it's kind of seems like the bodies have been there for a couple of days. Appears to be gunshot wounds.
Savannah is found in the front seat with a gunshot wound to the head. Matthew's in the back seat. It looks like he's been shot in the head too, or shot himself. At least that's the officer's initial theory, a murder-suicide, especially with everything Savannah's family told them. But that theory quickly goes awry. There's no sign of the murder weapon, and Matthew appears to have been dragged into the car after his death. He's an innocent victim after all. This is a double murder, and the killer is still at large.
When did a missing persons welfare check officially transform into an urgent homicide inquiry? The answer arrived on December 26th inside a parked vehicle on Danny K. Drive.
Good afternoon. I'm Detective Goodwin, Jeremy Goodwin with the San Antonio Police Department Homicide.
Detective Goodwin is called to the scene to investigate.
The steering wheel had apparent blood on it, as well as the center console. As I looked up, as I'm kind of kneeling down looking up towards the visor, I observed what appeared to be a bullet defect near the driver visor of that.
Savannah was likely shot inside the car, but Matthew may not have been.
The back left tire, the sidewall of the tire had what I believe to be blood on the sidewall of the tire, and then inside the rim there appeared to be apparent blood inside the rim. It appeared to me that someone that had been bloody was placed against the tire, and the vehicle was driven after the blood had been placed there.
Armed with these clues, the detectives then access local surveillance cameras overlooking the park.
Responding units initially logged the crime scene as a potential murder-suicide. However, forensic analysis of the vehicle interior disrupted that preliminary administrative assumption. The paperwork already knew.
Parking lot. At 11:59 p.m. on December 21st, a Chevrolet van is seen pulling in. The truck bed cover is at an angle, like there's something jamming it open. Then, Matthew's Kia is seen coming towards the truck.
So as a vehicle approached, another vehicle came, which appeared to be the victim's vehicle. It approached the truck with its lights off. The truck ends up turning its lights off as well. And then the driver of the truck gets out of the car and approaches the driver of the...
Detective Jeremy Goodwin identified a bullet defect near the driver's side visor and blood transfer evidence along the rear tire rim, proving post-mortem movement of the victims.
According to GPS data, it stopped at Charlie Chan Drive at 11:50 p.m. and stayed there for 4 minutes.
So I went to Google Earth just to see the intersection, see what was in the area. And when I did that, I noticed there was a truck that was very similar to the vehicle observed on 5903 Danny K in the driveway of Charlie Chan. So I decided to research that address.
And what did you find through your research?
I found the residents of the location. The first one I found was Ramon Preciado.
Matthew's internet search history shows he searched Charlie Chan Drive that same day. That makes it likely it was Matthew who was driving before they got there. But as seen on CCTV, it wasn't Matthew who was driving just a few minutes after they left.
I was able to go to our driver's license database. I was able to view a photo of Ramon. And the listing on your DL has your height, your weight, and has a picture of you. He resembled the male observed getting out of the truck, very, very similar. Then I observed that he had a wife at the location, Murto Romanos. And then I checked the databases and found that they had a son, Christopher Preciado, who resided at the location. Christopher was the same age or around the same age as Matthew and Savannah.
On January 3rd, detectives visit the Preciados' address, and both Ramon and Christopher come out to meet them in the front yard. The detectives are interested in the cameras on their property.
External surveillance footage captured a secondary vehicle, a Chevy pickup truck, executing precise wiping actions on the victim's door handles before fleeing the scene.
I didn't even look at the live, but it's playback recordings.
That footage, if it had been recorded, might have shown Matthew and Savannah leaving the address alive, or it might have shown something far more disturbing. But apparently, it's only live. The detectives bring Ramon and Christopher to the police department for separate interviews. Christopher is 19 and a student, majoring in pharmacy, and when he's left alone in the interrogation room, he starts to behave strangely. He pulls his chair in without touching it with his fingertips, like he's afraid of leaving evidence behind.
My original was your father, right? So I kind of get a little bit what he was talking about. So I kind of want to talk to you. He told me that I need to talk to you. Okay. So I investigated a case where a couple people were killed. Okay. And obviously, talking to your dad, he's broken me down that he helped. He took you up to location.
Footage of Ramon's interview hasn't been released, but according to the affidavit, he admitted to driving his truck to Danny K Drive on the night of December 21st and identified himself as the driver seen on CCTV. He has also identified Christopher as the driver of Matthew's Kia. Christopher has nowhere to go without calling his father a liar, so he admits to contact with Matthew.
I texted, what's his name? I don't know his actual name.
What's your Instagram name?
I deleted mine after the incident.
But this is a lie. His Instagram is still active.
So,
what were you trying to get from?
I tried to buy a little bit of weed. Honestly,
that's perfect. I don't care about
it. Going towards him because he always posted pictures of guns and stuff, and that was sometimes to me.
That was something else.
I don't want to associate with that.
Yeah, you just want to get your stuff calm down and go with your day, right?
GPS telemetry mapped the victim's vehicle directly to Charlie, Chan Drive minutes prior to the homicides, leading investigators directly to Ramon and Christopher Preciado.
According to Christopher, Matthew agreed to the drug deal that night. This matches with the Instagram messages the detectives found on Matthew's phone. He messaged an account under the name XXVII that day, quoting a price in cash. The account responded with Christopher's address on Charlie Chan Drive. At 11:49 p.m., Matthew messaged to say he was pulling up.
Where are you going to drive to, man? At your house. Okay. And then, do you remember what time you arrived at your house?
No.
No? Honestly. Okay. And then, what happened when you arrived at your house?
When he arrived at my house, he was kind of agitated already with me. Like, he was like, man, I told you to be out here already. Like, why aren't you already out here waiting for me? And he was already agitated. He was like, come on, man, just get the kid, just get the kid, bro. Come on, hurry up, let's do this and just get out of here. I was like, what? It was weird to me because that was the first time he's ever, like, told me to get in his car. So I didn't know how to go about that. I want to be like, no, because I don't know what it was going to escalate to.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just
you're okay. Good job, man.
It's just a shitty situation. I don't know.
Christopher says he felt like he had no choice but to get in the car. Savannah was there too.
A little dazed, confused a little bit, so I don't know if he was, I don't know. But he was like, I could tell he was on something, like, that wasn't his normal behavior. So he's really getting agitated with me. His girl's not helping him. She's trying to talk to him when he's trying to talk to me. I don't know what, she was talking to him about something, but he just kept getting agitated with her. And he was just like, man, can you shut up? He was trying to tell him to shut up. Because when we were talking, I was like, no, I'll just be quiet, y'all can talk, go ahead. I didn't want the situation already seemed a little nerve-wracking. So after he was like getting agitated with her, he has like something right here where he has his gun, and what he did was he was like already agitated with her, and he was just sitting there, and then all of a sudden he's like, man, bro, you know what? He was like, yo, bro, just get the
Interrogation records reveal Christopher Preciado attempting to minimize physical contact inside the interview room, avoiding chair surfaces to eliminate latent finger impression transfer,